All right, Sunday thoughts here from the countryside in Tennessee. Slow 49ers news weekend with everybody out in Cabo. But I was thinking a little bit about the offensive line and on the different permutations of plans that the 49ers can have for spending purposes in free agency this offseason. And, when I think about that right tackle position, Mike McGlinchey, obviously a pending free agent, I think for him it's going to be, where does that contract end up, right? You have Rob Havenstein at $12.5 million per year. He's a decent comp to McGlinchey, but a little bit older, not as much upside. So McGlinchey probably north of that. Jack Conklin, $15 million a year, is the next up on the right tackle scale. Say that McGlinchey pushes the upper half of that range or even surpasses Conklin's number. I'm not so sure that the 49ers will be ready or willing to pay that much money, because I think they'd rather invest on the defensive side of the ball, edge rusher, defensive tackle, maybe safety, right? So, if McGlinchey pushes his way out of the 49ers comfort zone at right tackle, we're going to find out what this team actually thinks of Colton McKivitz. They talk so complimentarily of Colton McKivitz, and hey, over a small sample size, granted, right? It was something like 50 to 70 pass blocking snaps this year. Colton McKivitz actually had a really, really good pass blocking efficiency score. He was better than McGlinchey in pass protection. So if the 49ers decide to invest heavily on the defensive side of the football, yet try to save some money on the offensive line, I'm not sure if I would actually endorse that course of action, since I'm a big, hammer the offensive line kind of guy, so spend the money there. But if they do that, McKivitz is this wild card piece, and I'm really intrigued to know what the 49ers exactly think of him, because again, they've been very complimentary of McKivitz, and if they do decide to moneyball the O-line, he would be a huge piece. The other piece about O-line Moneyball is Jake Brendel. The center was number 3 in pass blocking efficiency. What a story, right? Jake Brendel hadn't started in his NFL career, entered the league in 2016, finished as the 3rd best center this year in pass blocking efficiency. Also run block his ass off. You saw him 40 yards downfield in Mexico City eliminating Buda Baker, who was 100 pounds lighter than him. That was phenomenal. But Brendel's going to be an unrestricted free agent as well, and center is so important in his scheme. How do you approach that position? All Brendel wants is a fair deal, but the price of a fair deal might have gone up with Bobby Slowick, the 49ers staffer, taking the offensive coordinator job in Houston. There's going to be at least one other suitor, in my opinion. That's going to be the Houston Texans. So how much do they have to pay Brendel to keep him around? How much do the 49ers have to pay McGlinchey to keep him around? The answer to both of those questions is going to determine, I think, how much spending money the 49ers have elsewhere. I talked about the cap in yesterday's video with the horse in the background, and they've got $8 million right now. They can open up more money through restructures. They're not in terrible financial situation by any means. They could still build a good roster next season, but it's going to take some prioritizing. And some of that prioritizing may be easier to attain if they can find a way to be efficient spending-wise on the offensive line. And, being able to keep Brendel at a decent price and potentially handing some keys over to Colton McKivitz at right tackle could do that for the 49ers. There could also be a cheaper option at right tackle, somebody like Kaleb McGary. He's going to be a free agent. He was with the Falcons this past year. He might not cost as much as somebody like Mike McGlinchey. And I think that, the 49ers probably don't even know exactly what the path is going to be right now. They've got plan A, they got plan B, C, and D, and you decide to go in which direction based on what the cost is going to be and based on how things evolve to affect these costs over the offseason. So it's about to get really fun here over the next couple of months, and we'll see how the 49ers meander through what's going to be a very intricate roster building process. All right, this has been the Sunday check-in from Tennessee. Went out, got a nice little biscuit sandwich in Nashville that I'm about to show you right after this. It was in East Nashville, actually north of where I am right now, and it was really good. The biscuits here are quality. So hope you enjoy the biscuit and ham sandwich, and hope you're enjoying your Sunday afternoon. Everybody take care.